I'm Pam and I'm here to talk about video games. So Summer Game Fest and a slew of other developer conferences just took place over the last little while. I am making this a little bit late. And we were treated to all kinds of new game reveals and trailers and more information and release dates. I've avoided making most anticipated lists for the last few years because they always end up kind of disappointing. Either it's 3 years down the road and the game you were excited about still hasn't come out yet, like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which seems to have gone through some sort of development hell and be nowhere near release still, or Silksong, which will come out one day. But it is still worth getting excited about things, even if they may not work out. So today, I am making a video of 10 games that I'm most excited about. I have tried to limit myself to things that are set to be releasing in approximately the next 6 months, so, nothing's way out there. Hopefully these actually will be coming out and playable soon, but here they are.
This video is sponsored by Factor. Factor is a meal delivery service that delivers fresh, ready-made meals to your doorstep. Every meal is designed by dietitians to ensure balanced nutritional quality, helping you achieve your wellness goals. If you're short on time like I've been lately, Factor is great because you don't need to plan, prep, or cook. The meals are ready to eat in minutes. Factor's menus are updated weekly, and you can choose from at least 27 different meals along with add-on options like smoothies and shakes. If you want fast, nutritious, and delicious meals delivered right to your door, use my link or go to go.factor75.com and use the code FACTORSE43411 for 50% off your first box.
So the game that is supposed to be releasing the soonest is Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals, and this is set to release on July 12th, and it's coming out for pretty much everything except Xbox, I just realized, which does kind of suck. It's even coming out for Netflix, and I've never played a game on Netflix, but maybe I will this time. I really loved the first Oxenfree game when it came out a number of years ago now. It's sort of a creepy adventure game with a very big focus on story and character. It's got a cool dialogue system where you're sort of always walking and talking, and you can sort of jump in with your conversation options at any time rather than, waiting for conversations to end, which is kind of rude when you think of it, but makes it nice for actually playing the game. This involves radio signals to make the game spooky. The first game did. This game is still going to be doing that. The trailer looks very atmospheric. It's got some great music, and really, I'm just hoping for more of what we got from Oxenfree 1, sort of continue on with a new story, but hopefully one that also sort of touches on the mystery of the first one. I have a feeling they're going to be connected, so I am looking forward to that as something that's like not scary, but just spooky enough to kind of creep me out. So Telltale games have always been rather hit or miss with me. I love The Walking Dead Season 1. I don't love a lot of their other stuff, but I am really looking forward to their take on The Expanse. The Expanse is a great television show, and the one book I read that the series is based on was also really good. It's just a world that is like so complex and political, and I think that would make for a very good sort of choose your own adventure game. This is releasing on July 27th for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Now, one thing I'm not excited about is that it is still doing the stupid episodic thing, so they're supposed to have episodes coming out every 2 weeks. I'll just wait for the whole thing to come out before I play it. But I am very excited to play as Drummer, who is a great character, and I'm really hoping, given the setting, that some of the decisions you have to make are just like heartbreakingly tough. So that's what I'm expecting for this game. Lily, Jesus Christ. Sorry, dog's knocking into my table or my camera. Get up here. Don't get your fur on my black shirt. I don't need it. I don't want your fur on my black shirt. Oh, Jesus Christ, dog. All right, I have a little guest star now. The next game I'm very, very excited about is another sequel, and this is Blasphemous 2. The first Blasphemous is an excellent Metroidvania. I would put it in my top 5 Metroidvanias for sure. And it was also just one of the best games I played over the last few years. And this is bringing more of that, but there definitely looks like there's been some improvements on things. The pixel art, which portrayed just sort of beautiful and horrific Catholic Spanish imagery, somehow looks even nicer, like even more detailed in this game than it did in the last one. Things look a little bit brighter. The penitent one also kind of looks a little bit more nimble than he was in the first game. The first game is very deliberate in sort of how you're attacking and things. This seems maybe just a touch on the quicker side. And Blasphemous is coming out on August 24th for pretty much all platforms. One of the best things about it was just, again, how beautiful it is, the music, and how fun the world was to explore. Just full of secrets and abilities and horrific monsters, and I just am good with more of that. So I'm really looking forward to Blasphemous 2. It's one that I do not think will disappoint me. Knock on wood. I love computer role-playing games, and Baldur's Gate 3 has obviously been on my radar since it was announced a number of years back. The first two games are both excellent CRPGs, and though this one has been available in early access, I think basically since it was first announced, I have held off. Not a huge early access fan. I'd rather just play the game when it's finished. But this is finally going to be officially releasing for PC and PlayStation on August 31st. I'm really hoping that this can live up to the first two games. It looks beautiful, the combat looks really deep and interesting. The story, apparently, I haven't looked too much into it, but your character apparently has a mind flayer parasite in their brain, which sort of like, are you gonna fight against it, or are you gonna just use it and be the ultimate evil? So I'm expecting really good character creation, hopefully some deep and interesting companion characters with their good side quests to do, and just a world that's really fun to explore. So yeah, it's been a while since I've had a RPG I want to sink 80 hours into on my computer, but this one might be it. It took me a while, but I'm finally kind of excited about Starfield. Based on last year's Starfield Direct, my opinion was just sort of like, meh, it's on Game Pass, I'll probably try it, but it doesn't look that interesting. I find that the Bethesda RPGs are sort of okay. Like, I've liked some Fallout games, never really been able to get into Elder Scrolls, but this Direct that they did this year showed a lot more of what I'm actually interested, like your character creation and backstories, some of your companions, the fact that you have a ship that you can sort of build and upgrade and talk to your companions on it. It all strikes me as quite Mass Effect-y in a number of ways, which of course makes me happy. There are some things I'm not super excited about, like too much crafting or base building and things like that, but it does look like they've put a lot of work into the characters and also the combat. The combat looks really cool. Like, you're getting a lot of sort of height and speed while you're in combat, so I'm pretty excited about that. Starfield is coming out on September 6th for PC and Xbox, and again, it's gonna be on Game Pass, so if I don't end up liking it, no big loss. So Lies of P is a game that visually just looks stunning. You play in a sort of dystopic world where puppets have become the masters and they're controlling the humans now, and you are Pinocchio, and for some reason you don't have to play by the puppet rules and you can tell lies. This is a Souls-inspired action combat game. I love the aesthetic of it, like the different monsters and the environments all just look so beautiful. The combat looks really fast and fluid with really cool special abilities and things. I'm pretty sure there is a demo available right now, which I should probably just give it a try to see if I actually like playing it, but it looks great. I'll try it out when it comes out. This is coming out on September 19th for pretty much everything. So one that was completely new to me, and I think everybody, is called Jusant? Something like that. It is the newest game from Don't Nod, and I'm always excited when Don't Nod does something that's not just Life is Strange. But this is a game about rock climbing, which is excellent. I love rock climbing. The trailer just showed a young character just climbing up this giant tower, going through all sorts of different biomes, and I think the story is about trying to sort of uncover and piece together the history of this place that you're exploring. The rock climbing looks exciting. Some of the moves I really liked, like when he sort of shook out his hand because it was sore. I was like, I do that. He does get a lot more height on jumps than, I think most humans get, but it's a video game. Also, question the rope safety. But aside from all that, the game just looks really interesting. Also pretty chill, like a way to just sort of climb and enjoy a bunch of different environments. This is supposed to be coming out in the fall sometime, so it doesn't have an exact release date, but it's for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. A game that I didn't actually see at any of the showcases, it might have been on an extended showcase or something, but is the Lamplighters League. And this one's been on my radar for a little bit. It is a tactical game. It's made by Harebrained Schemes, who made the new Shadowrun trilogy, which is a trilogy of games I really like. You sort of control a band of misfits, each with their own personality, their own abilities, and I believe it's sort of real-time infiltration and walking around places, but then once you get into combat, it is turn-based tactical combat, and I love turn-based tactical combat. Based on, again, the pedigree of the Shadowrun series, I'm pretty confident in their ability to pull off both the combat and the writing, since this is supposed to be a little more story-heavy than games like this might usually be, so I'm excited for this. I really like the whole look of it and the sort of 1930s, 1940s feel. This is going to be coming out for PC and Xbox on October 3rd, which is the day before my birthday, so hopefully it's good and it'll be like a nice little birthday present. One of the big ones is Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake is one of my favorite games in general and favorite sort of survival-y horror games. It's about a writer, it's not a very good writer, named Alan Wake, and at the end of the first one, spoilers, he got trapped in an alternate dimension. So in this game, he's still there and he's writing a story to try to get out, and there is a second character in this. It is an FBI agent, and so you'll be playing as both characters, each of who has their sort of own story and path through this game. It definitely looks way scarier and way more survival horror than the first one. The combat kind of reminds me of the new Resident Evil games, which is good because those games are great. But there's also going to be extra things like dialogue trees and Lily, stop shaking the table. Dialogue trees and like a mind palace-y deduction board to work with. So that sounds really exciting because I always love detective elements in my games. But this seems like the perfect thing to play around Halloween, which is good because it's coming out on October 17th for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. And last but not least, this one isn't quite coming out this year. It's coming out at the beginning of January, is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. If you missed it, I had a chance to actually go to Ubisoft and play the game, have some hands-on times, talk to the developers. They just announced the game at Summer Game Fest. It actually opened the show, which I was not expecting. It is a new Prince of Persia that is a Metroidvania, and it's a very bright and vibrant Metroidvania. From what I played, the movement is really quick and smooth and responsive. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the world shapes up, because that's something that I didn't get to experience all that much of when I played. But I'm very excited for a new Metroidvania. I'm always going on about how I'd love to see what like a AAA studio could do with the genre, so I'm excited to give this one a chance. And it's coming out basically on everything on January 18th, 2024. So those are the games I am most excited for right now. Since I actually began prepping this on a Nintendo Direct, there was an announcement that Star Ocean Second Story was going to be getting a remake, which is very exciting. I'm actually probably not going to buy it myself because I don't need it. I have the original, but I'm so happy that anytime they take these fantastic JRPGs and make them available on more platforms, I think Switch and PlayStation is where it's coming out, so that people don't need to have a PS1 laying around. So very excited for that on behalf of other people. Also, of course, I'm still very excited for Silksong, which might come out in the next 6 months. I don't know, but I've probably talked about that one enough. But that's it for me for now. Leave me a comment, let me know what games you're most looking forward to, over the rest of this year. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. If you want to see more, check out my video about the upcoming Prince of Persia game, or something else. I have a Patreon if you want to support my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.